Hi beautiful souls, welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome into the channel. Before we get started in today's brand new pick a card reading, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to today's video sponsor, Keen. If you're not sure what Keen is an online service that provides you with access to vetted psychics and spiritual advisors that can give you guidance on just about anything you want to ask about. You can ask about love, career, you can get guidance around money, and Keen is going to be able to give you a psychic that can provide you with the answers to your questions. I have gotten a lot of different readings on Keen, and I've used a couple different readers, and each one has been able to give me unique guidance on what I have been struggling with in my life. I have asked definitely about my love life, guys. That's where I feel like I struggle the most, and Keen has always been able to give me the answers that I'm looking for. As a new Keen customer, guys, you are going to get your first 10-minute reading for only $1.99 by clicking the link in my description box or by clicking the link pinned in my comment section. I'm also going to put the link up on the screen. And let me just tell you guys, the sign up process is so simple. All you have to do is click on the link, click get started, answer a few simple questions, and Keen is going to be able to match you with a list of psychics and spiritual advisors that are best suited for you and what you're looking for. Also guys, Keen is a very affordable way to get a psychic reading because there are so many different psychics and spiritual advisors available on Keen. There's a wide range of prices that each psychic charges, so you're really going to be able to find a psychic that works for you and what you're willing to spend on a psychic reading. Also guys, once you find a spiritual advisor that works for you and what you're looking for, you can keep going back to that same one. That way you can build an ongoing relationship with your spiritual advisor. Once you guys sign up for Keen, make sure to check your email every week because Keen sends out weekly discount codes. That way you can get a more affordable psychic reading. So guys, if you want to check Keen out, the link is going to be in my description box and it is also going to be pinned in the comment section. Thank you so much, Keen, for sponsoring today's video. We are going to go ahead and jump into the reading. Hi beautiful souls, welcome back, or if you're new to the channel, welcome in. My name is Cade, and finally guys, I am back in front of the camera filming. For the past 2 months, I have been filming on a table, just filming the cards, and I am finally glad to say that I think officially I'm going to be back in front of the camera doing more videos where I show my face. I've seen so many comments saying show your face again, show your face again. So guys, I am so excited to announce that I think this will be the official setup for quite some time. The only reason that I started to film the cards is because everyone was home for the summer. So my house was like absolutely crazy, but now everything is kind of calmed down. People are going back to school, people are going back to work, so I can finally film my face again, which I'm really, really excited about because I missed you guys so much. Even though I can't see you through the camera, it feels like I can. It feels like I can feel your energy more when I'm looking into the camera versus just filming on the table. And yeah, I'm just super excited. So if you're joining me in today's pick a card reading, guys, we are going to be doing a message from your spirit guide. So this is just going to be a general message. Whatever you need to hear right now is going to be the message that comes through in today's reading. So go ahead and call upon your spirit guides, ask them, what message do I need to know today? And that's what's going to be coming through in today's reading. Before we get started, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to a lovely subscriber who sent me a gift actually, and they actually sent me this gift so long ago and I just never like thanked them for it, so I'm doing it now because better late than never. So it came with a nice little note. I'm not gonna read the whole note, guys, but their name was Andrea, so I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Andrea. They actually sent me a couple of things from their shop. They actually sent me this shirt, which is really, really cute. It says Evolve on it, I believe. Yeah, it says Evolve on it. And they also sent me a couple of shells, which was really, really awesome. So I am going to be using the shells in today's reading to choose your pile. And I'm also going to link their website down in the description box if you guys want to check out their shop. It is www.spiritualgardenershop.com. This was so cute. This came on the shirt, a cute little pineapple tag, which has the website and everything. Really, really cool, guys. And I think it's so awesome how you know, shells have energy too, kind of like crystals. Shells also have energy and they also have meaning. So each shell today is going to represent a different pile, and they actually left a little note on what each shell did. So I'll also be explaining that for each pile, but I thought it was super, super nice, guys. The note was literally so nice, and you know, just to send me anything at all and to just think of me is so nice. So I just want to say thank you to Andrea for sending all of this over, and I'm so excited to use the shells in today's reading to help everyone choose their pile. So before we get started, guys, I do want to mention that my TikTok is going to be linked down below. We are at over 100, well, no, we just reached 130,000 followers on TikTok, which is absolutely insane. My Instagram is also going to be linked down below. If you guys want to check me out on other platforms, that would be so amazing. And I think that's all, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you like the way I read. If you like me and my energy, make sure to, I just sounded like Shanetta's Divine Tarot. If you like me and my energy, I love her, guys, so much. But let's go ahead and get started, guys. So I am going to film each deck. So I'm first going to show you the shells, and then I'm going to kind of pop up a image or a video of all three piles just so you can choose a little bit better, and just so you have like some personal time with the cards. But first I'm just going to start by showing you each shell that Andrea sent over, and we're going to do three piles today. So pile number one is going to be, excuse the dogs if you hear them in the back. I have 5 dogs, guys, so yeah, just excuse the dogs in the back barking. I'm sorry, I can't help it, okay? So pile one, guys, is going to be the starfish. So this is going to be pile one, is the starfish, and she said starfish are considered to be like a deity or a spirit guide and are great for divine connection, love, and channeling. So that's really awesome. Pile one, so this is all about, you know, your connection to the divine, your connection to spirit. It's all about channeling. I'm kind of just getting the general sense that the starfish is all about intuition and learning how to trust yourself a little bit more. Pile number two is the, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, cowries. Cowries? I don't know, guys. It's this little shell right here. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Here's kind of what the back looks like. Kind of like this. This is going to be pile two, and they said that this shell can be for both fertility, but it is also a shell for protection. So really amazing. This is all about abundance. It's about growth. It's about fertility, and it can also be used for protection. So it kind of has a double meaning, a double usage, which is really awesome. And then this one, I believe, is the shark's eye, and these are used for protection. So this is going to be pile number 3. Beautiful shell. Guys, these have amazing energy. I really feel such an amazing energy with all of these. So this is going to be pile 3. So I'm going to take a moment here to show you all 3 piles. Each pile is going to include the shell, and it is also going to include 4 different cards. Okay, and then we're also going to dive into tarot, we're going to channel, we're going to do all of the above for today's reading. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all 3 piles. Take a moment here to choose your pile. Okay guys, so definitely pause the video if you need more time. Take as much time as you need. Call upon your spirit guides, your ancestors, whoever you feel close to right now to help you choose your pile. We're gonna go ahead and get started with pile number 1, which is the starfish. Hi beautiful souls that chose pile 1, or if you chose the starfish, welcome in, guys. We're going to be seeing what your spirit guides want to tell you today. So I'm immediately hearing something about a meditation, or needing to do a meditation, or needing to sit still with yourself. They're also telling me that you need to be in your own energy instead of other people's energy right now, because you're taking on the energy of the world, and it's it's like you're having trouble focusing on what you want and you're having trouble focusing on who you are. So it's almost this feeling of needing to take a step back and journal about what you want. Spirit is saying you need to figure out what you want before moving forward. And it's very, very interesting because I'm going to share the 2 cards that you guys got, and then we will discuss the 2 quotes that you guys got. But you also got, so you got slow and steady, and this card came out in the reverse. And so we are going to be reading reversals. And you also got the mountain card from this deck. And this, interesting enough, also came out in the reverse. And so I want to take a moment to kind of read a little snippet from each card, just so we can kind of get started. So right here, the mountain card in the reverse says, be patient and a way around the mountain will be revealed. Pushing forward isn't in your highest good. So that's a little snippet from that card. That's the general sense of what this card means. This card talks all about there being some sort of an obstacle in your way, and this obstacle could be possibly not knowing who you are right now. This obstacle could be also not knowing what you want right now, okay? There seems to be some sort of stagnation that you're experiencing, some sort of pause. I think for some of you, it could be stressing you out a little bit. You're not sure why the universe is making you pause. You're not sure why the universe is making you sit still, but there's some sort of a reason for it. And so pushing forward past this moment of pause is only going to hurt you, not help you. Interesting enough, the other card also came out in the reverse, and it has generally the same meaning. This card reverse says pushing things forward impulsively will not prevent success, but potentially cause more trouble than you're prepared to handle. Moving too quickly will only yield unripe fruit with a bitter taste. Slow down, breathe, meditate. You're not a human doing, you're a human being. Just be. Okay. So this is very interesting. It has this general sense for you, pile number 1, that pushing forward will only make things worse, and that the answer will come to you in the exact time that you need the answer to come to you. And it's kind of this feeling of, if you're not finding the answer, there's a reason that you're not finding the answer. And if you're not able to move forward right now, there's a reason that you're not able to move forward right now. It's almost this feeling of like everything has a reason. Even when we're not feeling good, there's a reason behind why we're feeling that way. And I think instead of pushing past, Spirit is saying that there's a lot of feelings coming up for you. It feels like maybe some past wounds are coming up. There's some things from the past kind of resurfacing. There's just different feelings that you're feeling right now. Maybe some of you are feeling a little bit lost. You're feeling a little bit of grief, whatever it may be. I want to say that there are some feelings coming up, and they're kind of making it hard to move forward. But instead of like pushing past the feelings, instead of pretending that those feelings are not there, it's almost this feeling, pile 1, of needing to acknowledge how you feel so that you can better move forward with your life, is what Spirit is saying. When you keep pushing down those feelings, they just continue to pile up and pile up and pile up, and eventually you just will come crashing to the ground, because when you never deal with your grief, it sneaks up on you. It's this feeling of like there are things that you have not dealt with, and they're starting to creep back up on you. For a while, you were able to just pretend like they didn't exist. You were able to just push those feelings down and say, you know what, I'll look at them a later day. But the day has come for you to take an inspection of how you feel and what's been going on the inside. And so that's why, pile 1, there's going to be this period coming up where you have to take a moment to pause. Okay, there's a moment in your life coming up where you're going to have to pause and ask yourself some questions about how you feel. You're going to have to ask yourself some questions about what you want, and you're going to have to ask yourself some questions about who you are, because you can't continue to move forward in the way that you've been moving forward over the past couple of months, because it's not working for you. And so that's why there's this pause, because it's almost this feeling of you needing to regroup or like recalibrate your system, is the general sense that I'm getting. Okay, so we have 2 different kind of quotes that I'm going to be reading that you also got. So we have, releasing anger from the past sets me free in the present. Again, so there could be some anger coming up from the past, some resentment that needs to be dealt with, because when we hold on to all those past hurts, when we hold on to all those past feelings, it prevents us from being a better person in the now moment, because, you know, we're kind of escaping the present by living in the past. Some of you could be kind of replaying things that have happened in your past, and it's bringing up these feelings. And it's time to work through those feelings, okay? Enough is enough is what I'm hearing. You can't go on like this forever. At a certain point, you have to say, you know, I'm suffering. For some of you, there's this feeling of like, I'm suffering, I need help. So it could also be about reaching out to a therapist, reaching out to someone who can support you in that way, because I get this general sense that you think moving past stuff is all about just like sweeping it under the rug. There's this general sense, pile one, that you have swept a lot under the rug and just move forward, but that rug piles up. And eventually you have to look at all the dust that has accumulated, and it feels like that's what's going on right now. And you also got, I measure my success by how much fun I'm having. I feel like you guys are very, very serious about your future. You're very, very serious about getting things done. You're very, very serious about getting things accomplished, which is absolutely amazing. But there is also a second message coming through saying that it's okay to have fun. You don't always have to be a Debbie Downer, is what Spirit is saying. I feel like you guys are very practical. I feel like you're very logical, and you like to move forward very, very quickly. You do not like when things get in your way. You do not like when people get in your way. And when there is an obstacle, you are going to go past that obstacle as fast as possible. But this is one of those things, pile number one, where it's like you can't just snap your fingers and make it all go away. It's this feeling of like having to acknowledge the way you feel. And sometimes when we're moving so quickly and we're trying to accomplish so many things all at once, it prevents us from being able to check in with ourselves. And so pile number one, the message from your guides today is needing to check in with yourself on how you feel. And I know that sounds very general, but I feel like there needs to be an acknowledgement of how you feel. There needs to be an acknowledgement of how people have made you feel in the past. For some of you, there needs to even be an acknowledgement of grief that you have felt in the past, and you need to channel through the way you feel. Some of you are going to be channeling through the way you feel through drawing things, representing your feelings through art. Some of you, this could be with music, representing the way you feel through lyrics, through poetry. There's something you need to channel through your body right now, and you're not going to be able to move forward until you do so. It's this feeling of like, you only can push away the way you feel for so long, and then it's gonna come creeping back up on you, so you might as well acknowledge it right now, pile number one, because it's not going anywhere. I feel, honest to God, for you, pile number one, I feel like you think time is running out. You have this general sense about you where you always think time is running out. You always think that you have to rush your life, because if you don't, you're gonna miss out on your opportunity. And there is another message that I wanna tell you, pile one, that what is meant for you will not pass you. Your destiny is going to happen regardless of what you do. Like, your destiny will not pass you. You know what I mean? That kind of sense. Time is not running out. You're not gonna suddenly miss your opportunity. Okay, there's a reason your soul incarnated in this body, and it's not going to miss its opportunity. If you've been feeling lately like you're going to miss out on something, or you're gonna miss out on your opportunity, that is simply not true, okay? And for some reason, you're reconciling with someone from your past is what I'm hearing, or you're going to be reconciling with someone, yeah, that you've dealt with in the past. There's something about someone from your past coming back and you reconciling with them, because I think it's been bothering you for quite some time. And what I'm kind of getting with the energy of reconciling, it's this feeling of you moved on, but you never healed it. And so you got to kind of go back to where you came from, because when we just like move on and we don't heal that pain, you got to go right back. You know, you may be able to like pretend it's not there for a little bit, but eventually you got to go right back and heal that, okay? And that's kind of what it feels like is going on. You've got to heal all of this before you can have it all, is this feeling. It's like you still have so much that needs to be healed before you can have it all. You want to have it all, pile one. You want to have it all together. You want to be completely healed. You want to be completely ready to move forward, but Spirit says you're not. And Spirit says you need to slow down and take some time, okay? That's what I'm getting. You want to have it all, but Spirit says to take some time. Okay, Ace of Pentacles reverse. Some of you feel like you are going to miss out on your golden opportunity. That's the kind of sense that I'm getting. You feel, pile one, that if you slow down right now in this moment, that you are going to miss out on something. And it's this feeling of you can move forward, but that's how you're going to miss out on the opportunity, is if you don't listen to your body, because eventually your body is going to give out. Right now, you need to listen to your body. Your body is telling you to slow down. Your body is saying that it needs time to heal. Your body is saying that it needs time to recover. And you need to trust that this opportunity is not going to go anywhere, and that this opportunity is still going to be waiting for you when you get back. It's kind of that general sense that I'm getting. And I don't think it's going to take long, but there is this feeling that there needs to be a balance. You have to also check in with yourself. When we're constantly working or we're constantly focusing on things outside of us, we have trouble recognizing who we are. We have trouble recognizing how we feel. So let's see, pile one, what you need to know. Look at that, Four of Swords reverse. This is all about needing to rest, guys. There's not much else to explain with the Four of Swords in the reverse. It's about needing to reconnect with you, your energy, your essence. It's about needing to refigure out who you are. Because I think a lot of you have lost that in the midst of just everything that has gone down in your life. And I think there's this feeling, guys, of like, you've got to go back in time. Okay, you've got to go back in time and you've got to relive some of these experiences because you never got to heal them. Okay, and it's not a bad thing, but it's also something that must be dealt with before creating that future that you want to create for yourself, pile one. So, let's see, Spirit, what else for pile one? Very straightforward message. Let's see. It's this feeling. It's not a bad thing, Spirit is saying, but you think it is. You almost feel like it's a sign of weakness. You almost feel like it's a sign of giving up. And it's not. It's not a sign of giving up. It's this feeling of like, going to a therapist is not giving up. You know, telling people how you feel is not giving up. It's being brave. It's being strong. And I think, you know, this feeling also is like getting rest does not make you lazy, pile one. I don't know who made you believe that, but it does not make you lazy. It makes you powerful to say, this is how my body feels. Spirit keeps bringing up sort of a similar situation to like Simone Biles. She could have competed, but she didn't feel, you know, in a good headspace to compete. She just knew, I don't feel right. So she chose to slow down, and it ended up benefiting her so much more than if she would have pushed through. And that's that similar feeling, is like, you have to slow down. You have to listen to your body. Okay. Because eventually you will give out. Okay. And it's going to be more destructive if you keep moving forward, pile one, than if you just stopped right now. Look at that, the Tower. This is kind of what's ahead. It's destruction. And I don't mean to say that in a bad way, but it's because you keep just, you know, going and going and going and going, even though intuitively you feel there needs to be a moment of pause, or there needs to be a moment of silence, or there's just more things that I need to work through before I can move forward. And I feel like with the Tower, there's this feeling of you're kind of struggling on the inside, but no one would know this. No one would know this. I don't think anyone would know this, because you guys do an amazing job at just pushing down your feelings and moving forward. Because I feel like for some of you during childhood, that was the way to go about it. It was like, if you were hurt, don't cry about it, just get back up and keep going. No, like, this is the feeling from Spirit saying, cry about it. Not cry about it later, cry about it right now. Channel through your feelings right now, because it's going to serve you better than if you pretend that they're not there. So I don't know if there's anything else. Let me see what Spirit is saying. I think you know all of this. Is there anything else, Spirit, for pile number 1? I'm not getting a general sense of there being any other messages. Let me see. Pile 1. Pile number 1. Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna finish off strong. We have the Strength card. I'm gonna say this to you. Taking a mental health break is strong. Pausing is strong. That makes you powerful. Pushing through your pain does not make you strong. Okay? And I want to say that taking a break for yourself, taking a mental health break, that is more powerful than pushing through your battles. 8 of Swords reverse. Stop letting your ego convince you that you're not strong enough. Stop letting your ego convince you that taking a break because you're tired is lazy. Stop letting your ego convince you that, you know, taking a pause because you feel like you need to take a pause is weak, because it's not. You are strong, you are beautiful. I love you so much, pile 1. Let me know if this resonated with you. Make sure to subscribe, click the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video, and I'm gonna go ahead and move on to pile number 2. Hi, beautiful souls that chose pile 2, or if you chose this shell right here, it kind of has this little thing on it. I don't really know how to pronounce the name of this shell, guys, but welcome in. We're gonna be seeing messages from your spirit guides. So the paper says that this shell can be used for fertility, like abundance, growth, and it's spirit is saying it's putting you on the right path. It's like this feeling of you're on the right path. Okay, so it's a very good feeling. But it can also be used for protection. So I feel like right now you are moving in the right direction. Spirit is telling me you're on the right path, and I think that you know this. I think a lot of you know this. And what I thought was so interesting, guys, is this shell is all about abundance. It's all about growth, fertility, okay? And your 2 cards are about growth as well. I'm not even joking. I shuffled these randomly. They both fell out. Like, I'm not kidding. You guys got the Gentle Gardener card, which is crazy because the shop is actually has gardener in the name, but regardless, here we go. You guys got Gentle Gardener, and I'm gonna kind of read these cards before we get started, and you got Golden Palace. Golden Palace. I love these 2 cards, guys. These are cards in this deck all about abundance. These are cards all about growth, and it's all about being on the right path for what you want to do with your life, okay? They're very, very amazing energies. So let's read Gentle Gardener first. We're gonna read just a little bit. It says the Gentle Gardener is visiting you at this moment in your life to remind you that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs create the reality you experience. So very much giving me law of attraction energy, very much giving me manifestation energy. It's telling me that you are in a place right now where you can manifest the reality you want. So I would just say that this card is saying to be watchful of the words that you're saying because they're coming true. All of your words, Spirit, is telling me are like wishes. You're wishing to a shooting star. Those words that you're saying, the thoughts that you're thinking, they're like wishes being sent out to the universe. And it's very much this feeling of be careful what you wish for. Start letting the universe, start letting Spirit know exactly what you want, because Spirit says that you can have it, okay, is the energy that I'm getting. She is the embodiment of the energy within you that is sent out into the field of co-creation and ensures that all that you are is reflected in the world of form. Are you aware of your thoughts? What is their quality? Believe in limitless possibility and you will see miracles unfold. The Gentle Gardener guarantees the integrity of everything you send out into the world. Stay positive and expect a wondrous return. Your garden is abundant and beautiful. So guys, this is giving me this feeling of whatever you want can become a reality right now. The portal is open, Spirit is saying. The portal is open to what you want. You're accepting the energy into your life. Your portal is wide open. So be careful about what you're sending out because it feels like your energy is very much a boomerang. Spirit is telling me that whatever you're sending out is coming back to you tenfold. So if you're working really, really hard on a project right now, or you are wanting some sort of abundance to show up in your life, you're going to be saved. Spirit is saying you're going to be saved. So I don't know if some of you are stuck in some sort of a situation, but Spirit is showing me the vision of a lifeboat, and they're telling me you're going to be saved. You are going to be saved, Spirit is saying. So if you're struggling right now, that is going to end so quickly, because Spirit is saying the reality in your mind, your imagination is about to plant itself in the physical world. So even though, for some of you, even though your physical world does not look like the world that you want to be living in, if you keep visualizing what you want, Spirit is saying that is about to be planted into the universe. It's very interesting. They're literally telling me your imagination, whatever you're visualizing, is going to be planted. Okay, they're using that word, planting seeds. So whatever you are planting in the current moment, whatever you're working on, whatever you are putting that energy into, you are going to be able to create that in this physical vessel. There's a lot about the physical vessel and you understanding who you are, you're understanding your body, you're understanding who you came here to be, and you're understanding that you're a lot more powerful than you used to give yourself credit for. You're starting to understand that words matter, my thoughts matter, who I am matters, and you're starting to see how powerful your energy is, okay? Some of you are about to have this epiphany where you just see how abundantly powerful you truly are, okay? Because you are shining like a bright, bright star, Spirit is saying. You are shining like a bright, bright star. Very beautiful energy. Okay, so I also want to read this card because this card talks about, you know, abundance, fertility. So let's read number 23. Let's take a look. Okay, so guys, this is called the Golden Palace. It says the Golden Palace card represents good fortune. Okay, I'm not even joking. This is what it says. Represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. So that's kind of going back to the message of you being saved. If you are feeling super down right now or feeling like you just can't make it out of whatever situation you're in, you're about to receive the happiness that is long overdue, okay? The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. So, you know, a general sense that I'm also getting from this energy is that you're not only recognizing who you are, you're also recognizing, Spirit is telling me, who you're meant to become. And I think that's why you're stepping into your power. It has nothing to do with money or financial gain or, you know, getting coins. Spirit is saying, although that will be a benefit of stepping into your power, you will be benefited with financial gain, has more to do with just recognizing who you are. And Spirit is showing that you've been doing this for quite some time. You've been rising into your power. Some of you have been rising into fame, or you've been more noticed on public platforms. This has been like a journey that you've been going through, and now you're just reaping the rewards. So it's not luck. It's this feeling of like you've been putting in consistent energy, so you're going to be reaping the reward. That's just how the universe works. The universe rewards those that are willing to put forth a lot of energy. The universe rewards those who are willing to change their mindset, change the way they think. For some reason, I'm hearing the Golden Corral. I do not know why. So let's see. You also got 2 quote cards. So the first one is, I release my need to be perfect, and I center into my commitment to share the world, to serve the world more love. Okay, that's beautiful. card. I release my need to be perfect. So I think it could also be this feeling of you with this energy of releasing your need to be perfect, is maybe you always thought you had to be perfect. Maybe your parents always expected perfection from you, but you're realizing that your imperfections actually make you more beautiful than being perfect. And you're realizing that all the hardship you went through is actually what's making you so successful. And that's why people connect with you on such a deep level, is because they connect with your pain and you're able to help people heal through their pain. You're a reflection of other people, is what Spirit is saying. That's very interesting. You're a reflection of how other people feel. You know how people feel. It almost feels like the way you feel connects with the way other people feel. So it's like when you meet someone, you don't just meet them, you meet them because you understand them on a deep personal level, okay, on a very spiritual level. So you guys also have this card: in the midst of a meltdown, I breathe through the discomfort and come out on the other side. I think you guys have learned that with this card in here, in the midst of a meltdown, I breathe. It's this feeling of you've learned how to push through certain fears. You've learned how to push through certain anxieties that you've experienced throughout this lifetime. I think when you guys used to experience anxiety, it used to crumble you. It used to break you down. But you guys are recognizing how to move past that. It's like when you feel anxious, you don't let it get you down anymore. You just take a deep breath and move past the discomfort instead of letting that discomfort stop you from what you truly want to do, okay? It's definitely this feeling of evolving. You're evolving into someone who kind of understands themselves on a deeper level. And so because you understand yourself on a deeper level, you're actually able to help people on a deeper level as well, because you understand yourself so well. So it kind of makes you more capable of understanding others, okay, just as much as you understand yourself. So let's take a look at some of the tarot energies or the tarot messages that want to come through for you, pile number 2. Spirit, what does pile number 2 need to know? It just feels like a good energy. I just did a reading. I think it was the last reading that I did, and I think it was pile 1, and it was about this. It was about manifestation. So I would not be surprised, pile 2, if you also got pile 1 in the last reading. Let's take a look at what tarot has to say. Okay, so we have the Ten of Swords. The end of a tough cycle approaches. That's what Spirit just told me with that card. The Lovers, which Spirit is telling me is also about you forming a deeper connection with self. And I think, honest to God, guys, when we meet someone we love, it's actually a reflection of who we are. It's actually like mirroring us. And because you're forming a deeper connection with yourself, that's why you're going to be able to find someone you love so much, because they're actually mirroring everything that your soul came here to learn. And that's what you're kind of seeing, is that your soul came here on the physical plane to learn lessons, and that's why you're going to be meeting people along the way that reflect the lessons that you need to learn within yourself. So I would not be surprised if you meet someone coming up here in the future that just feels like a perfect match, or just feels like they mirror you in the best way possible, because it's almost this feeling of you meeting someone that you purposefully incarnated on this earth to learn lessons with, or to grow with. It feels like you're going to be meeting someone who you're going to grow with on a very, very deep level. It feels like with the Ten of Swords, the 10 is the ending. So all this pain and discomfort that you have experienced seems to be coming to an end. And it seems like there's this fresh new start that you're going to be able to have. And you're not going to be feeling so hurt anymore, because I want to almost say that you guys have been in the midst of so much pain and so much agony with this Ten of Swords. It's such a card of deep, deep hurt, or deep, deep pain, or deep, deep betrayal. But what makes me feel good about this energy is it's the 10. So it says that it's ending, and that you will be having this new beginning coming up here very, very soon, because I think you guys were experiencing this hurt, but you chose to heal it. And that's why you're going to be rewarded with this new beginning, because you chose to make gains. Spirit is saying gains. You're going to be making gains in your life. Like you're going to be moving forward, okay? Pushing forward. And because you're acknowledging the pain, you're not pretending that it's not there. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting for you, pile 2. You guys also got the Ace of Coins in reverse. This actually came out with pile 1 as well. The Ace of Coins in the reverse. And you also got the 5 of Wands in the reverse. So let's take a look at these energies. And you also got the King of Wands. So the King of Wands says to keep holding your vision for your future. The Ace of Pentacles can talk about this missed opportunity. So this could talk about some sort of a relationship that you feel like you missed out on, especially with the Ten of Swords. It's this feeling, pile 2, of there was something that you kind of planned to happen in your life. It could have been with another person, like you had plans to like grow old with someone, or you had plans to like be with someone for a longer period of time, but it feels like you guys have been feeling super disappointed because it feels like there's been some sort of a missed opportunity in your life. You feel like you missed out on something, and maybe you've been dealing with the pain around whatever that is. Maybe you feel like you missed out on some sort of a relationship, or maybe you feel like you missed out on some sort of friendship. I definitely feel like somebody walked out of your life that you were not expecting to walk out. And you know, you kind of feel like, what would life have been like with this person? You know what I'm saying? I feel like with the 5 of Wands in the reverse, it's definitely that feeling of struggling with inner conflict. It's like, did I do something wrong? Could I have changed the outcome? Did I make this person walk away? I definitely feel like you guys, for the past couple of months, have been in this phase where you've been questioning yourself. Like, was I good enough to that person? Could I have done more? Could I have done more to keep this person into my life? But Spirit wants you to know that it's not your fault. If someone does not want to be with you, that's not your job to beg them to stay in your life. And so although it hurt you really badly, I think you're going to see that there's better people out there for you than the person that walked out of your life, is what Spirit is telling me. So I do want to clarify these cards because I feel like I'm also hearing Munchkin's disease. Like that's about people who pretend that their children are sick or something like that. So I don't know why that's coming through. I'm also hearing something about Southern hospitality. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Maybe those messages will resonate with you. Let's see what the Ace of Coins reversed is. Pile 2. We have the 7 of Cups. Very much a what if energy, being up in your head about this. 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Oh, wow. 10 of Cups and 10 of Coins reverse. I think that's what ended. I think it's this feeling of like, I think for some of you, you were very committed to this person, or there was like emotional fulfillment here and an emotional connection that kind of ended. And it's this feeling of you kind of being up in your head thinking, could I have done something differently? And feeling like you missed out on this opportunity. I'm also kind of feeling that there could have been some sort of job opportunity that you thought you were going to get, but it kind of fell through. And I think I'm kind of getting this feeling that like I'm hearing our pain can turn into our greatest accomplishments. I don't know why I'm hearing that, but it's something you were just meant to accomplish something different in this lifetime. You weren't meant to go down that road because that's not why your soul came here. I think in the moment it felt like that was the reasoning behind why you came on earth. It's like, this is my person, this is what I'm meant to do, this is the direction I'm meant to go in, and then it kind of fell through. And I think there's a part of you that is kind of questioning, did I mess up? Like, was that supposed to be my path, but I messed things up? But there's this feeling of needing to understand that if it was your path, it would have been your path. That's the kind of feeling that I'm getting, is like, if that person was meant to be in your life, they would have been there. You know what I mean? And that there is a reason that they left. And I feel like for some of you, this does feel like it involves relationship, like a relationship, like with another person. For others of you, it does kind of feel more related to career and like something falling through in terms of your career and you feeling like you could have done better at picking up the pieces and you being really hard on yourself about what you could have done to prevent some sort of, it's almost this feeling of like you feeling like you could have done something to prevent the ending of whatever this is. I don't know what this Ten of Swords represents for you, but it's this feeling of you always feeling like you could have done something differently and needing to let go of the guilt that you have around that. And that Spirit is saying there's going to be better opportunities, the Hangman. And so maybe some of you are feeling a little bit stuck or stagnant right now, but I think there's going to be this new kind of clarity with the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You're going to gain this new clarity that comes up in your life where you feel like you have this sort of direction that you want to go in. And I think if you kind of go back to the beginning of the reading, that's kind of the energy of the future. I feel like for some of you, this is kind of the energy that you're going through right now where you're feeling maybe stuck or feeling like the pain will never end or you're never going to be able to escape a certain situation or a certain feeling. But I think there's this feeling of Spirit saying you will come out on the other side, and to be careful about what you're saying and what you're thinking in this current moment, because the only way you're going to come out on the other side of this is by visualizing it. So make sure you're visualizing something that you want instead of something that you don't want. I feel like with the Hangman, there is this time right now where you're reflecting on everything. I feel like you guys are just doing a deep dive into like everything. Like you are just going really deep into just everything right now in your life, just questioning what could I have done? What would have happened if this person stayed in my life? What would have happened if I didn't miss out on that opportunity? And I think that's fine. I think you're coming to terms with it. We have the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Cups. I think you're learning, I'm hearing, to regain your strength. I think you were hurt on a very deep emotional level, and I think you guys are doing a lot of healing so that you can open back up your heart to relationships. And I feel like with Golden Palace, I think this not only describes abundance showing up in your life, I think it does describe emotional fulfillment returning to your life and you feeling more stable in your job and in your career, and you also feeling more stable emotionally. I think you're working through a lot of pain right now, and I think the general feeling is to keep pushing forward. I feel like it is challenging right now with the Six of Swords for you to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because it can feel like whatever you're going through is inescapable. But what I want you to know is that you're more far along than you were yesterday. And tomorrow you're going to be more far along than you were today. So understanding it like that is this feeling of like every day you're getting better and better. And today you're better off today than you were a month ago. And tomorrow you're going to be better off tomorrow than you were today. And so if you can kind of keep looking at life in a way of like every day it's getting better, that's how you're going to be able to push through this pain. I keep hearing the song He Could Be the One. So, you know, maybe some of you are going to be finding your person that really just makes you emotionally fulfilled with the King of Cups and the Lovers. Or maybe this is this feeling of having to let go of someone that you thought was the one. A lot of different energies coming through. So bear with me. I'm just trying to explain everything. So what I would say here, guys, is you're going to get through this period of darkness and you're going to come out on the other side, and just know that you are moving in the right direction, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like that. Okay, sometimes I think it can feel like you're moving backwards or that you're not moving at all with the Six of Swords in the reverse, but that isn't true. And again, we have the Ten of Swords, which is the ending of something, and then you start fresh with the Ace of Swords. So that new beginning, that new fresh energy is about to show up in your life. I would be paying attention to any new ideas that you receive in the next couple of days, because I think you guys are going to be receiving a lot of guidance. It feels like you could have some sort of communication coming in from either somebody that wants to help you out, or maybe some communication coming in from your spirit guides. Maybe you're going to be channeling that through, but I would be paying attention because it does feel like you guys are moving in the right direction. So just keep paying attention to your spirit guides because it feels like they're leading you in the direction that you want to go. So Spirit, is there anything else that needs to be acknowledged here? I don't want to miss anything. Is there anything else that needs to be acknowledged here? High five yourself, Spirit is saying. Give yourself a high five. Pat on the back, okay? Is what Spirit is telling me. Is there anything else, Spirit? Coexisting with Spirit. You're coexisting with Spirit is what they're also telling me. So you are connected heavily to Spirit right now. So yeah, that's another message coming through. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the top of the mountain and just keep going because you are moving forward in a good direction. Okay, pile 2, a lot of energy all at once. I feel like a lot of people are gonna get pile 2. So make sure to subscribe, click the notification bell pile 2 so that you get notified every time I upload a brand new video, and I'm going to move on to pile number 3. Hi beautiful souls that chose pile 3, or if you chose this beautiful shell right here, welcome in guys. So this is actually called Shark's Eye, and these are for protection, okay? So I can feel a big energy here coming through from you guys. You guys have, what... I feel like you guys are feeling like you made a wrong decision, and we'll talk about that with the cards that I have here. You guys feel like you might have messed something up, or I almost feel like you made a choice in your life that might not have been the best choice, and instead of like taking responsibility for that choice, you're kind of trying to backtrack your steps. But sometimes it's just about facing what we've done so that we can move forward. And we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into what that means and why, why Spirit is bringing that up, because I feel like you guys feel like you might have messed something up. I don't know like what that means. I don't know if you feel like you made a choice that might have messed something up for your path, or you made a choice and you feel like it might have messed up some sort of a relationship in your life. But when I read you guys these cards, you'll kind of understand what I mean. It feels almost like you have to take responsibility for some sort of a choice you made, okay? And we'll dive a little bit deeper into what this is. We'll dive into tarot. So you guys got the cards making a choice in the reverse. So this is card number 30 in this deck, and you also got magic prayer in the reverse. So I do want to start by reading these cards. That's what I've done for every pile, and then Spirit has just kind of been flowing through the messages. So let's start by reading the first card, which is making a choice. And this card did come out in the reverse. So it just says, don't compromise because you're afraid of facing the consequences of your choices. Even if you've opted for a difficult path, you can always make another choice in the future. So this is about, maybe some of you are really reflecting on past mistakes, but what Spirit wants you to know is living in the past is not going to help you now. What you have to realize is that you can always make a new choice in the present moment, and it will change the course of your life. What you've done in the past does not matter. Spirit is saying to cut the past out of your life, because replaying what you've done in the past is never going to make you feel any better, because the past cannot be changed. So as much as you keep rethinking the past, and as much as you keep thinking, well, I could have done this or I could have done that, it is what it is. It's this feeling, pile 3, of needing to radically accept what you've done in the past. What you've done in the past, the mistakes you've made in the past, they've made you who you are today. You do not have to repeat those mistakes. That's why you've already made them. But what you can do is switch up the course of your life. You have that power in the present moment to make a new decision. You have that power in the present moment to become a new version of who you are. I think a lot of people, no, I'm getting like, a lot of you feel like you're never going to be able to change who you've been. I feel like a lot of people may have gotten an idea of who you are. Spirit is saying like they've imprinted a version of who you are because of your mistakes, and you feel like you're never going to be able to, I'm getting like you feel like you're never going to be able to wipe the past away from you. It's like you always feel like the past is going to be painted over who you are. So some of you are feeling like you're always going to be seen for that person who made that mistake. And what Spirit is saying is you do have the chance to start again. You do have the chance to start over. You just have to give yourself that power to do so. Okay, the past only creeps up and haunts us if we allow it to. You have the ability to say, you know what, I'm not going to focus on the past anymore. You have the ability to say, you know what, I'm not going to keep repeating my past mistakes in my head because they're chaining me down. They're not allowing me to be the bird that I need to be. Spirit is saying they're calling you a bird. You want freedom in your life. You are experiencing this crippling feeling of just tightness because you feel like all that you've done in your life will always hold you down. But Spirit is saying the moment you release that is the moment you get to set yourself free. It's almost this feeling of needing to set yourself free, pile 3. Set yourself free. It says there is a great power in reclaiming your ability to choose. No one can take that away from you no matter what. Don't give your power away. If you're willing to be rigorously honest with yourself about your motives behind your choices, you may see the need to change things. You can change course and choose another route. Just be willing to clean up what you've left behind. So you can acknowledge what you've done in the past, but you can also acknowledge that you don't want to be that same person. And some people are going to always see you for your mistakes, and that's fine. Some people are always going to see you for your failures, but you don't have to see yourself that way because the only person you can control, pile 3, is yourself. You can't control how someone else sees you. Someone's always going to have an opinion, someone's always going to love you, someone's always going to hate you, and someone's always going to feel in between about you. That's just that. But you have the choice to see yourself in a different light. Someone may see you for all of your failures, and that's fine. That's their choice, okay? They have the right to make their own choices, but you also have the right to say, you know what? I'm not gonna see myself for my failures anymore. I'm gonna see myself as a beautiful being of light, and I'm gonna start seeing my successes. I'm gonna see where I succeed in life. You guys have to start paying attention to what you do right, because there is this feeling of you always seeing what you do wrong, where you messed up, where you could have done better, and you guys never see what was done right. You guys don't see your accomplishments, Spirit saying, it's a good word, your accomplishments, what you've done right, what you've done that makes you feel proud about yourself. You guys need to feel proud. I'm almost getting some of you lack a father or a mother figure in your life, and so you never had that person to cheer you on. You never had that person to be a cheerleader for you. You never had that person to tell you, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of what you've done, okay? All you've ever had are people that tell you, you suck, you don't do good at this, look what you've done, look at all the mistakes you've made. That's done. And what I want to say is I love you for all the mistakes you've made. Okay, forgive yourself for what you've done, okay? Because I feel like you guys might have messed up, or you guys may have taken a path that just wasn't really a path that you feel proud of. But you know, we all have those moments in our life, okay, where we're like, I messed up there, I shouldn't have done that. We all have those moments, and I think you need to recognize that you are perfectly human. You're a human being. You're not perfect. We all mess up. And let me just be honest, pile 3, we are all fucked up. Okay, we're all fucked up. We've all messed up. So the only thing that makes you different from someone else is because you're willing to admit where you fucked up, and other people are just better at hiding it. So understand that nobody is perfect. Some people are just better at hiding behind a mask, okay? I think some of you need to hear that. And if there's people that are criticizing you, they have made mistakes in their life too. They're just better at hiding behind a false persona of what they want people to think they are, okay? They're not perfect. They fucked up too, and they've made mistakes. So let's read what this card says. It's Magic Prayer in the reverse. It says, self-will that goes unchecked can bring difficulties. Reverse, the Magic Prayer card is a sign that you mistakenly believe that your way is the only way. Could the path you're on be leading you to a place of regret, or could you be pursuing something that just isn't good for you? If so, you may be facing a painful lesson and a lonely one too. Perhaps it is time to pray and meditate on your highest good and the highest good of all. Spirit may have other plans for you. Be assured that they will be better than any you could ever dream up. So there is this feeling of needing to ask yourself, am I on the right path? Do I want to repeat the past mistakes that I've already repeated? Okay, you could have a better life, but you have to choose a better life, Spirit is saying. So there is this choice that you have to make of, do I want to better myself, or do I want to slip into old patterns? I feel like some of you are on the verge of possibly slipping into old patterns, or old patterns come up. And what I mean by old patterns is things that you've done in the past, people from the past that kind of resurface. And it's your ability to say no to that thing and push it out. That's what's going to make you powerful, and that's what's going to lead you down the right road. Okay, pile 3. So we also have 2 more cards that I pulled for you, and this says, I can think my way out of fear. I feel like there's a lot of fear that you're going to repeat what has already been done in the past. There may be fear that you're going to mess up again. Like, I feel like you guys are really hard on yourself, and you have this fear that you're gonna mess up again. Like, I don't wanna mess up again. I don't wanna mess up again, is that feeling. But you need to understand that even if you mess up, there's always a chance to learn. I'm getting the sense, pile 3, that you see your failures as being the most terrible thing that has ever happened in your life, when you really need to see your failures as the place where you can grow the most. So if you guys started to see your failures as a place where you could grow, you guys would be the wisest person out there. You guys don't understand how much knowledge you have because of your mistakes. Okay, I feel like you guys don't see how your mistakes can become your superpower to help other people, because what you've been through is going to become a survival guide for others that are going through similar battles and similar struggles. You guys have a lot of insecurities around who you used to be, is kind of what I'm getting. It's this feeling of always feeling like your past is going to be painted on your present. And I don't know, let me kind of see, how can they work through this, Spirit? There's just this feeling that you have to let go of other people's opinions of you, okay? I'm also hearing something about like small town. Like, maybe you guys live in a small town, and so it's like everybody knows everybody. And there's a whole big world out there. Okay, there's a whole big world out there, and Spirit wants you to know that you're gonna meet people, and you don't have to let everyone know who you used to be, because in this lifetime, guys, we change. Okay, look at my shirt, Evolve. I love that I wore this today. Thank you so much for Andrea for sending it to me. We evolve as people, and honestly, Spirit is saying we become 30 different people in one lifetime. So who you were a year ago is not who you are today. Who you were 5 years ago is not who you are in this present moment. You are going to become 30 different people in this lifetime. And you need to understand that the choice you made 5 years ago was a different person than the choice you're making today. And it's going to be hard for you to do that because you're very hard on yourself. But it's something that needs to be done. And I'm hearing you've accomplished a lot in this lifetime. I know a lot of you want to see all your failures, but there's also a lot that you've done that has been really, really awesome. And there's a lot that you've done that has been really, really amazing. And Spirit does want you to see those things about yourself as well, the things that you did right, the things that you should be proud of. I'm hearing the song Praying by Kesha, like no more monsters, I can breathe again kind of energy. 4 of Wands. What needs to be celebrated is the question you need to be asking yourself, pile 3. What needs to be celebrated? Queen of Coins, look at that. Queen of Coins. Worthiness. The Queen of Coins feels worthy about herself. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords reverse. Well, Ace of Swords upright, Spirit says. Okay, so I feel like we also have Justice in the reverse. Okay, so you feel like you have not been dealt the best cards in this lifetime. You feel like you've been dealt some pretty difficult battles in this lifetime, which is probably very true. I feel like you guys, some of you, Spirit is saying, grew up where maybe you didn't have as much money as everyone else, so you also compared yourself to the other kids at school, or you often were bullied for who you were. I feel like you guys grew up in an environment maybe where you were not accepted for who you are. Some of you are in the LGBTQ plus community and you have struggled with accepting yourself, and you have struggled with other people accepting you. I don't feel like you guys have been dealt the easiest cards, is what Spirit is saying. But I think that you have realized that although I haven't been dealt the easiest cards, look where I am. You know, look where I am now. And although there has been challenging moments in your life, you're still here. You're watching me. You're still standing. And I think you guys need to credit yourself for that. It's like, yes, I have been through so much shit in this lifetime, but I'm still here. And I think you need to look at yourself in the mirror and go, look at me. I'm still standing, and I'm proud of myself for that because I'm still standing. Spirit just keeps saying, I'm still standing. And so the next time you want to talk about how weak you are, the next time you want to talk about how you failed, how did you fail when you're still here right now looking at me? You made it through the depression. You made it through your anxiety. You made it through your hardship. Pat yourself on the back. Be proud of yourself. You made it through all of that. No one else helped you through it. Maybe you had someone here and there that gave you support, but no one knew how it felt but you. You're the only one who knows how you feel, and you're the only one who was able to make it through those challenging times, because no one else can understand what you went through. No one else can understand what you've been through, but you're here and you're still standing. And I feel like with the Nine of Coins and the Queen of Coins, there is this general sense of you guys reaping rewards for something. It feels like there's going to be a lot of financial gain, and it feels like you're really going to step into who you are, and it feels like you're going to gain this new sense of confidence. It also feels like with the Four of Wands, guys, you might be meeting your soul tribe, or there's this sense of togetherness or coming together with other people to celebrate a common theme. So maybe there's some sort of a celebration coming up, or maybe you guys going to like a group of people that have similar struggles as you and maybe helping others get through the same struggles that you've been through. I do feel like with the Ace of Swords, there is something about needing to communicate your truth, needing to communicate all that you have been through, and needing to kind of come out of hiding. Yes, you've been through a lot of hardship, but I feel like part of your destiny is communicating your struggles, is what Spirit is saying, and communicating how you were not treated fairly, because I think a lot of people, pile 3, will resonate with your story. I think a lot of people, pile 3, will resonate with what you've been through. And I think, honest to God, you're going to be very helpful for a lot of people. And I know it sucks. I know you're like, well, why did I have to go through all of this shit? The Justice card in the reverse tells me you have been through some very, very challenging things, some things that weren't really fair to you. But I think the reasoning behind this is because you're going to be able to help others. I've noticed, guys, the people that are able to offer the best advice are always the people that have been through the most hardship. And so hardship sucks, but I think that your hardship is actually going to play a big role in your purpose. Okay, so make sure to pay attention to that. I think your hardship is going to play a big role into your legacy and what you leave behind. Okay, and I think your ability Spirit is saying, to stand in front of a crowd and admit where you've been, and to admit all the pain that you've been through, is so powerful, okay? Your ability to be vulnerable is just so powerful, Spirit is saying. So really, really understand that that's an accomplishment within itself. I think a lot of you also, I'm hearing, reached out to get help. And I think your ability to even reach out and to tell someone I'm struggling, that's so beyond powerful, okay? So, wow, this is an incredible reading, Let me see, is there anything else, Spirit? Take some time for yourself, Spirit is saying. It doesn't have to happen all at once. Make sure to take it slow. Be patient with yourself, pile 3. Be patient with yourself. You've been through a lot, okay? I'm also hearing, don't let other people tell you who you are. Do not let other people tell you who you are. I think a lot of people expected you to fail, pile 3. I think a lot of people wanted to see you fail. They wanted to see you crumble. They wanted to see you crash into the ground, but you proved them wrong. Okay? And maybe at times you thought you were going to fail. Maybe at times you thought the same thing about yourself. But I think the fact that you're still here now shows like, holy shit, I've been through a lot. And I can't believe I made it out on the other side. And so if you leave here with anything from this reading, please be proud of yourself, pile 3. Please be proud of yourself. Because your ability to juggle any obstacle that comes your way is just beyond powerful, okay? 2 of Wands, strength. Look at that, strength. The strength to move through any challenge. I think right now, this limiting belief system that you have about yourself is going to change. You're going to start seeing yourself as someone who can succeed. Because I feel like, pile 3, you've always seen yourself as the failure or the person who just is never going to have a good life. But I think you're starting to shift that perception of yourself, and you're going to start seeing yourself as someone who can succeed, and you're going to start seeing yourself as someone who can make better choices for themselves. So let me know, pile 3, if this resonated with you. Please make sure to subscribe, click the notification bell down below so that you get notified every time I upload a brand new reading. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and I will see all of you beautiful souls on the next one. Bye, guys.